All right, day before the tournament. It has been pretty interesting so far, but good, really good in a very interesting way. What I've been able to find is very encouraging because I get to fish really the way that I want to, in the sense that like I really don't care how I fish or how I get them, but I definitely have a preference. And right now, from what I've seen the last 3 days, they want to do what I want to do, which is friggin' awesome. Game plan for myself is all smallmouth, and then I've got a few spots where I can go run and gamble on a few largemouth bites. We'll see how it all shakes out. It's about 5 o'clock Friday night, day before the tournament. I have got everything rigged, boats ready to rock, cleaned up, everything tightened down. I'm as ready as I can be. I got out there, ran into actually an unexpected problem yesterday. My ghost died. I thought it was my ghost. Turns out I had a relay on one of my batteries and the plug at the bow. Both of those just crapped out on me. So ran all around Plattsburgh looking for parts, came back defeated, figured I had to go out this morning to find everything I needed, and I got lucky, and the guy staying at the cottage next to me, I just went over, I was like, dude, do you have like these butt connectors and stuff? He's like, I got literally everything we need to fix your boat, and he had me back up and running in 20 minutes. So that was awesome. Saved my ass for today, even though I didn't actually really need it to an extent. I was out there for like 3.5 hours. Did a lot of scouting, a lot of graphing, marked a lot of spots, caught one fish, shook off a couple, shook off a big one, and I don't know. I'm just feeling really good about tomorrow. The wind's gonna shift out of the north, so it's probably gonna be pretty interesting, a little rowdy, but it will also free up the opportunity to run to a few different areas should I choose, and I don't think the fish are gonna move that much. I think they're pretty well locked in on the depths they wanna be at and the kind of things they're hovering around. Now, if it was like, it's been blowing out of the south the last week or something like that, and it's going to shift to blow out of the north tomorrow. Now, if the tournament was like 2 days after that kind of wind shift, different story. But I don't foresee that being the case. So, I don't know. I'm just going to wing it. Big thing is, I want to have fun. I know I'm going to have fun. 1. 2, I just want to fish clean. The rest will sort itself out. See you guys in the morning. You too, buddy. 22. Yep. I believe. I believe. All set? I'll put it in here. Thank you, gentlemen. Yep. What's up? No. Nice to finally meet you.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Well, I don't know yet. With this wind, I'm trying to sleep all night thinking about this wind.
I put in time yesterday to find everything on this side.
Did you?
Yeah, I got enough that I'm like, I can stay over here if I really need to.
I launched out this point thinking, well, you know, I can stay out of the wind and then kind of mess around, come down. I come down out of Cleary Bay and it was like being in the Atlantic Ocean. So bad.
Oh yeah.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, you too.
I'm sure you'll do well.
I'm hoping.
I follow you as well.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll do quite well.
I just want to fish clean. I'm gonna give it how the rest of the day shakes out. I just want to fish clean. Oh yeah. Sharon! Good luck, buddy. Yeah, you too. Yep. That sucked.
Pretty well through it.
Just gotta slow way the hell down. It's not too bad. They're out of here, I can see them. Right in front of me. Go get that. Dude, definitely tying a spinnerbait if you're thinking about it. Got him. That's good fish. I burned that back and I watched him come all the way up and chase it up to the boat on live. and I flipped it right down and he went down for it. Yeah, thank you, dude. One down. Yeah, 7.5 to 1. And I saw a fish. I think that was him, like 30 feet in front of me. So I quick burned it back, and when it came over his head, I saw him come flying up behind it. So just pitched it right back down and he ate it. Got him! Oh, you gotta be. That was a good fish. Popped it off a rock and he smoked it. The one thing I said I wanted to do today was fish clean. It's all right. Plenty of time. I can't believe I lost that fish. He must have just barely had it. Skin hooked him or something. Got him that time. Be as big as I think you are. I don't think he is. No. Squeaker. It'll keep. I don't know if it'll keep. No, you're good. It's 15 pounds. That's the thing I like about fishing these jigs up here. Yeah. They don't give a shit about the line, so I throw it on just my jig rod.
I was going to ask you about that because you fish for smallies way more than I do. What size pound fish do you usually go with?
It's straight 15. Okay. Well, it's Defiant, so theirs is actually like 15.5, 10. Oh, Jesus, 13 inches. Hey, come back. If I have you at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be happy. There he is. Yes, dude, that's a good fish. Oh. Stay down, stay down, stay down. Oh, it's not that big, but it'll help. That'll help a lot. Thank you. I need 5 of those. Thumped it.
Now I got a fish.
Oh.
Dude, this never happened. Dude, that's
Hell yeah, dude. Oops, sorry. Good?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Welcome. Did you bring cull tags?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, because I only have, I think, 1 or 2 extra. Dude, that's a nice one, too. Nice job. Nice. Got him. Oh. Yep, that's a good one. I knew they'd be over here. God, I don't even think he's quite that big, but holy, is he healthy. That's better than I thought. Woo! Hell yeah, thank you. Got it, thank you. Wow, he choked it. 2 bites, dunk, dunk. Down the hatch. Take it. Yep, yep, oh God. Not big, but good enough. Solid, all right, thank you. Good. That was just straight in, 90 degrees from the off the left side. I had skin hooked on the upper lip. Net? Nope. Oh no! Dude, you know how fat that thing is. Or how short he is.
Wow.
Stout little piggy. Yes! Whoa! Oh my God, that might be a drum. Nope, it's good smallie. God, he's healthy. Nope, 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 nope. I really need you. Oh, I really need you. Thank you. Oh, yes! Downslope of that bank. Dude, if you want one of these jigs, I have a ton. Just say the word, I'm happy to share. I usually use scissors to cut that little thing off, and you're welcome. I'm keeping it on the bottom. I'm like, it looks like I'm working it aggressive, but it's a lot of slack line, like shimmying. I'm just trying to shimmy it across the bottom. There he is. Yep. Oh God, that's big. Don't, no. Oh, he looked way bigger. That might help. Thank you. That was just deeper. Good, thank you. Oh, I thought that was gonna be a giant. That was a bite. There we go, that's the one, I hope. Yo! That sucks. That was a good one. That was a very definitive bite. How do I? That hook's good, I just don't, I must have just hooked him in the spot. Damn. Wow. Got one. Oh my God. Oh, you miserable. It's a pike. Yeah, right, dude. He ate it. That was buried. And the hook pierced and came back out. And pierced again. Oh my God. That's just some unbelievable luck right there. My reel just blew up.
Oh, really?
So that rod's done. And I had that as a backup so I don't have to retie. Yes! That's strong. Please be a bass this time. Feels like a smallie. Another good one. Hell yeah, thank you. Honestly, it might not even help. Buddy, you had no business fighting that hard. $206? I thought we were closer. Well, I'm gonna give her hell. Of all the things that could have gone wrong today, I've never once been late for a tournament. It is what it is.
John Snover from Milford, New Hampshire, fishing on the butter side. Got a 5 bass limit in that bank. Good job out there today. Good solid day. He's got away 15 pounds, 3 ounces, 15.3 for you. Good day, man.
Thank you. So, where to begin? Let's start with the bad. That did not go as well as I had hoped, but in all fairness, it really didn't go that bad either. Starting with the bad, I made quite a few mental errors, and most importantly, I didn't fish clean. Starting with the most obvious, mental errors, and just a little bit of bad luck. I ended up losing track mentally of where I was on the lake and how far I had to go to make it back to weigh-in. And before I go any further, the only reason I pushed it as late as I possibly could was because the other aspect of what went bad, I didn't fish clean. I lost 2 really big key fish that would have put me in a spot that I think I would have had about 18 pounds. And had I landed those, I would have went back to weigh-in aiming to be there 20 minutes early. But as such, at the time during the tournament, I thought I only had like maybe mid 14 pounds. And I fished until what I thought was the very last second. But biggest mistake, I was 2 minutes late to weigh-in. So that hurt. And unfortunately, towards the end of the day, one of my biggest fish died on me. So plus side, as you're culling, at least it was the biggest fish, right? If it was the smallest fish and that died, you can't cull dead fish. Like, that would have been really problematic. But thankfully, it was my biggest fish. So it was only a 1/4 pound penalty on that. Plus 2 minutes being late, I lost 2 1/4 pounds. So end result, I mean, you heard it, but I should have had 15 pounds, 7 ounces. I got knocked down to 13 pounds, 3 ounces between being 2 minutes late. So pound a minute, 2 minutes late, 2 pounds. And a 1/4 pound for a dead fish penalty, getting knocked me down to 13.3, and I ended up finishing 52nd out of 109 boats. The other thing that kind of sucked about this, though it's not necessarily, I mean, it's certainly out of my control, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a bad thing. It was just really bad luck. I ran into motor issues, no joke, a quarter mile from check-in, and going back through, the GoPro was off, but my mic was recording, and I essentially lightly overheated the boat, and it went to Guardian mode and basically shut itself down to idle speed only, and that happened about a quarter mile from the check-in boat. And going back and listening to everything, that cost me, by the time I could actually get the motor fired back up and running, about 1 minute and 35 seconds. If I was able to keep that motor pinned and keep running at the 53 miles an hour I had been running, I would have gotten to the check-in boat at, my check-in time was 2:10. I would have probably been there at 2:10 and 30 seconds. So good chance I would have made it, technically, without being late. But losing that minute 35 and then being stuck in Guardian mode, so I could only idle the last roughly quarter of a mile to the check-in boat, we were like 2.5 minutes late. So I got a 2-minute penalty, which definitely sucked, but a lot of that was driven by my desire to push it right to the last second and try and make some magic happen last minute. Because I thought I only had about 14.5 pounds. I didn't bother weighing any of my fish when I'm throwing in the live well. I knew what I had to cull, and my culls were easy to make. And then, I totally lost track. I was just fishing just north of Plattsburgh around the Cumberland Head and trying to go from where I was, fishing a spot in Oliver Bay, all the way down around the Cumberland Head and over. I thought I was essentially like already halfway down it. I ended up being about 2.5 miles further than I thought I was. Almost 3 miles, actually. Some bad decision making on my part and just, really risking it and pushing it very last minute, pushing my boat really, really hard, trying to make the most of it. But you know what? Now we turn to the good side of things. I didn't give up, and I pushed it. I pushed it to the very, very last second. I tried to make the most out of every freaking second that I had in that day. And had I not run into mechanical issues and motor basically shutting down on me, I would have made it on time. And I wouldn't have lost those 2 pounds. And instead, I'd just have the quarter-pound dead fish penalty, and I would have finished tied for 38th on the day. But that's okay. It is what it is. The other good thing, and this is what I'm most proud about, I found a good pattern. I found it early in the week. I got up there Wednesday morning, scouted Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and fished the tournament on Saturday the 29th. And everything that I found held up. And it was a solid pattern. I was in the right kind of fish to make a serious run at it. If the weather cooperated a little bit more, I would have pushed a little bit harder and gambled for a couple of other spots that were very, very risky to get to. I would have made that run. As it was, I didn't want to push it because it now became a time management thing with how bad the wind was and my boat, specifically in those size of the waves and the spacing on them, is really what limited me. But that's okay. I had enough good stuff working there that if everything shook out, I honest to God think I would have had about 18 pounds had I fished clean and landed everything that I had hooked into, and I would have been pretty close to knocking on the door top 10, which that in and of itself makes me happy. So I found a good pattern, and it worked out pretty damn well for me. I just didn't execute properly. And that's just the way she goes some days. Can't be mad about it, and I'm not. I was at the time, but I'm not anymore. Reflecting on it, I'm very happy with how I did. And this is the first tournament in my life that I've had actual multiple days to scout. So to have a few days to go out there and scout and put something together and, make as good of a day of it as I could for what I did land, I don't know, putting all that together, I'm very, very happy with how that all went. So that's another plus side, just being able to go up there and proving to myself that, yeah, if I had time, I could find a good pattern and stick with it. And I did. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I literally just leaned on 2 rods all day. I had my new rod from Douglas Fishing, which was their X-Matrix 715F. It's a 7-1 medium heavy fast rod. It's phenomenal. I paired it with my new Lew's Elite TI reel, straight 15.5 pound heavy cover fluorocarbon from Defiant Fishing, and a 1/2 ounce open water sniper jig from Beast Coast Fishing. And I used that for 90% of the day. I did end up catching one fish that I later culled on the drop shot, but I culled that with another sniper fish. So it was good that I got that dialed in, that I had that level of confidence that, yeah, I had 10 rods out on the boat, but I only used 2 all day. And I had everything on backup in case anything shifted. The wind had been blowing straight out of the south for a week. And come tournament day, it flipped on its head and was blowing straight out of the north. So I was prepared to pivot in any way that I felt I had to. But in the end, I didn't have to. I found a pattern, 15 to 20 feet, good amount of rock, sparse vegetation, dumps out into clean sand on the deep side. Literally every spot that I went and fished that had those 3 things kind of in a smaller condensed area, not really spread out for a long period, and especially in areas where there was really good like main lake current coming by it, they were stacked with fish. And I caught a fair amount, but they were also weird. Like the weather definitely impacted the way they were biting. I missed twice as many fish as I landed that day because they just weren't biting it. Like plenty of bites that, you feel kibby, and then thump. There'd be a definitive, like, that's a smallmouth, or that might be a largemouth. But they were gone just as fast as they were there. They just weren't really eating it. They were just taking, like, these experimental little kissy bites out of it and spitting it and running right after. So that was the only thing that I had a really hard time struggling to work around because there just wasn't any time to react to it. I'm not upset about anything. It was a hell of an experience. I learned a lot of lessons. Biggest one was better on time management and don't screw up on where you think you are in the lake. I definitely need to get a bigger boat so that I'm not limited in tournaments like this moving forward. And but I think everything else, I'm happy with the experience, and I'm looking forward to taking a crack at it next year. I'm definitely gonna be back to fish the Phoenix BFLs. May give that 3-day Toyota Series a shot, but we'll see, because then it becomes kind of like a funding issue at that point. But I enjoyed the experience. Everybody that I got to meet and talk with out there. Quite a few subscribers that we met out there. That was amazing. They were all great. My co-angler was phenomenal. Josh, I had a blast with him. Guy was on point with the net. I was on point with the net for him as well. We didn't have any mishaps there. And I honestly had fun for most of the day until the very end when my motor died. Great experience. Tournament was run extremely smoothly. Everything went really fast. I'm looking forward to doing it again. I do want to specifically say thank you very much to Ben's Tackle Shack because they're the ones that really made this possible to do this trip. I want to thank Douglas Fishing for getting me that new rod because I ended up breaking my primary jig rod just shortly before the tournament, so I got a new jig rod in hand before the tournament. Luz for getting out that reel in time as well, so I could pair that up because my other reel also broke. There's a lot of things that broke going on leading up to and during this tournament. And then especially Oliver and I and Riley behind Big Bass Dreams because they were up there. We worked at Candlewood Fishing Camp while they were doing their Champlain kind of tour, as it were, the week immediately after this BFL. And Oliver and Riley were up there already for the week before the tournament. So I got to see them every day I was up there. We were all staying in the same area. And they were phenomenal, extremely supportive, just wonderful people. They had my back. They were just like listening to me really talk, and they gave me their thoughts and opinions and just really more than anything words of encouragement during that time. So not only just to have Big Bass Dreams as a sponsor behind us, but also the people behind it, Oliver and Riley, and everything they've done for us. And again, the positive words of encouragement, like that more than anything means the world to me. So those were all some of the biggest key players behind it. There's a lot of other people I'd love to be able to thank too. I say it like I won, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to win something to be extremely appreciative of the people that believe in what you do. They believe in you as a person, and they support what you do. Both be there emotionally and financially. So I am very, very grateful and blessed that I have these people that have my back. Both Andrew and I, but for this tournament, specifically having my back for it and making it happen. And then big thanks to Andrew as well, because he came up very, very late Friday night after work, the 4.5-hour drive up. He got up early. He was out there taking pictures of the takeoff. We had fun at the Candlewood camp after that. So could have gone better, could have gone a lot worse. I enjoyed it. I learned more than I thought I would, and I'm grateful for the experience. I'm looking forward to giving hell next year. So thank you all for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.